The Audi A3 can save you roughly $10,000 before options, but the new A5 gives you more power, more space, more tech, and a body that is far more useful than a normal sedan. So, is the A5 actually worth the extra money? Or is the smaller A3 the smarter Audi? For 2026 and 2027, these two cars sit closer together than their names suggest. The A3 is Audi's entry-level sedan, compact, efficient, and easy to live with. The new A5 is much more important because Audi has effectively used it to replace the old A4 sedan and previous A5 Sportback with one model. Both use turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder engines, 7-speed dual-clutch gearboxes, and Quattro all-wheel drive in the US. But they are built for very different buyers. Price and value. The 2026 Audi A3 starts at about $40,100 before destination, while the 2026 A5 starts at about $50,200. That is a gap of just over $10,000 before options. The A3 already gives you the important Audi basics: Quattro, a panoramic sunroof, LED headlights, a digital cockpit, and a proper turbo engine. You are not buying a stripped economy car with an Audi badge. The A5 justifies more of its price with stronger performance, a larger cabin, a liftback rear opening, and newer technology. If you regularly carry adults or luggage, the extra money starts making sense.
Exterior design and size.
The A3 is about 176.9 inches long with a 103.5-inch wheelbase. The A5 stretches to roughly 190.1 inches with a 113.8-inch wheelbase. So the A5 is more than 13 inches longer, and its wheelbase is over 10 inches longer. Audi made it this big because the A5 now has to cover the job once handled by both the A4 and A5 Sportback. It needs real rear seat comfort, not just a sporty shape. Visually, the A3 looks sharp and compact. The A5 looks lower, wider, and more expensive. Flush door handles, a sweeping roofline, and the longer body give it much more road presence. But the A3 is easier in tight parking lots and crowded cities. The A5 looks richer, while the A3 is less stressful to live with in small spaces.
Engine and performance.
Both use 2.0-liter turbo four-cylinder engines, but they are not equal. The A3 produces 201 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque. Audi quotes 0 to 60 in about 6.0 seconds. That is easily quick enough for commuting, merging, and overtaking. The A5 makes 268 horsepower and 295 pound-feet, with Audi quoting 5.6 seconds to 60. Independent testing has recorded even quicker acceleration. That extra 67 horsepower and 59 pound-feet makes the A5 feel far more relaxed at speed. Why give the A5 so much more power? Weight. The A3 is around 3,500 pounds, while the A5 is roughly 4,100 pounds. The A5 needs more power to give buyers the effortless feel expected from a more expensive car. The A3 feels lighter and more eager around town. The A5 feels stronger when you accelerate hard, especially with passengers or on steep highways.
Transmission and Quattro. Both use a 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch automatic and standard Quattro all-wheel drive in the US. A dual-clutch gearbox shifts quickly and feels direct once you are moving. At parking speeds, it can feel less smooth than a normal torque converter automatic, but on the road, both cars respond fast. Quattro gives both cars stronger traction in rain and better confidence when powering out of corners. The A3 uses it in a light, compact package. The A5 uses it to manage more torque and more mass.
The more expensive A5 is not automatically the sportier car. The A3 is smaller and lighter, so it changes direction quickly. On a narrow road, it feels more playful, even if the steering itself is not full of feedback. The A5 is heavier, but its longer wheelbase gives it a calmer, more settled ride. Over highway bumps and rough roads, it feels more mature. Audi offers an S-Sport suspension on the A5 that lowers ride height by 20 millimeters.
The A3's available sport suspension lowers it by 15 millimeters. These setups reduce body movement and improve the stance, but larger wheels and lower suspension can also make rough roads harsher. For city driving, I prefer the normal A3 setup. For long trips and fast highways, the A5 feels more complete. This is where the generation gap becomes obvious. The 2026 A3 uses a 10.1-inch center touchscreen with Audi's digital instrument display. It still looks modern, but the dashboard belongs to Audi's older design style. The A5 gets an 11.9-inch virtual cockpit and a huge 14.5-inch central touchscreen. An available 10.9-inch passenger display can sit beside it. Audi clearly wants the A5 to feel newer and more expensive the second you get inside. For 2027, Audi has announced a redesigned A3 cabin globally with an 11.9-inch digital cluster and a 12.8-inch center screen. That closes much of the gap, although US-specific timing and equipment can differ. The downside of the A5 is simple. More screen does not always mean easier controls. It looks impressive, but more functions live inside the digital interface. Some buyers will prefer the simpler A3 layout.
This category is not close.
The A3 has about 35.2 inches of rear legroom and around 10.9 cubic feet of trunk space. Adults fit in the back, but tall passengers will know they are in Audi's smallest sedan. The A5 has around 36.1 inches of rear legroom, but its bigger advantage is the wider cabin and longer wheelbase. It simply feels less cramped. Then comes cargo space. The A5 uses a liftback-style rear hatch, even though it has sedan-like styling. You get roughly 22.6 cubic feet behind the rear seats, more than double the A3's trunk figure. That makes the A5 much easier for suitcases, boxes, camera gear, or bulky shopping. If this is your only car, the A5 is dramatically more useful.
The A3 fights back here. EPA figures put the 2026 A3 at around 24 miles per gallon city and 34 highway. The A5 is around 22 city and 32 highway.
That difference comes from simple physics. The A3 is smaller, lighter, and less powerful. The A5 has more body and roughly 600 extra pounds to move. Still, both can be surprisingly efficient on long highway runs. The A5 does not punish you as badly as its extra size and power suggest, but the A3 remains cheaper to fuel in mixed driving.
2027 changes. For 2027, the A3's biggest story is its redesigned interior and upgraded driver assistance technology. The basic powertrain formula stays familiar. The A5 is already the newer car, so its 2027 changes focus more on equipment packaging. Audi is moving away from the old Premium Plus and Prestige structure and grouping features into packages covering driver assistance, comfort, audio, and sport equipment. That means 2027 buyers need to study the option sheet carefully. The base price is only the start. The features you actually want can push the final price up quickly. So which one should you buy? Buy the A3 if you drive mostly in the city, usually carry 1 or 2 people, care about fuel economy, and want the Audi experience without spending over $50,000. It is lighter, easier to park, cheaper to buy, and still quick enough. Buy the A5 if this is your main family car, you travel long distances, use the back seats often, or want something that feels properly upscale. The extra power is useful, the ride is more mature, the cabin feels newer, and the liftback cargo area makes it far more practical than its sleek shape suggests. For pure value, the A3 wins. But if your budget comfortably reaches the A5 is the better all-round car and the one I would choose for long-term ownership. Subscribe for more straight-to-the-point car comparisons.